Hello students, today during our last video of chapter 6 we are going to study the types of germination. There are two types of germination based on the elongation of epicotyle or hypocotyle. Then what is epicotyle and hypocotyle? Epicotyle is the portion above the axis of attachment of embryo to the cotyledon. Here, go through this diagram. This is the axis of embryo that attached to the cotyledon, and this region above the axis of attachment of embryo to the cotyledon, this region is known as epicotyle region, and the region below the attachment, this region is known as hypocotyle. If the epicotyle elongates, the cotyledon remain under the ground like this, and this type of germination is known as hypogeal germination. What is hypogeal germination? In hypogeal germination, epicotyle elongates and cotyledons remain under the ground. So this type of germination is known as hypogeal germination, and it is very common in pea-like seeds. Pea is an example for seed that having hypogeal type of germination. In this type of germination, cotyledon remain under the ground, epicotyle elongate faster and usually occur in monocotyledon seeds. The second type of germination is known as epigeal germination, in which the hypocotyle, that is the portion below the cotyledon, is elongate, and so that the cotyledon come above the soil. Here we can see that the hypocotyle is elongating and the cotyledon coming out of the ground. Go through this diagram, we can see that both the cotyledons are come above the soil, and this hypocotyle portion is elongating, and this germination is known as epigeal. Please go through the points of epigeal germination. Cotyledon push above the ground, hypocotyle elongates faster and usually occur in dicotyledon seeds. Bean seed is a very good example for plants that showing epigeal type of germination. There are two types of germinations, hypogeal germination and epigeal germination, based on the elongation of hypocotyle or epicotyle. If epicotyle elongates, then the germination is known as hypogeal germination, and if hypocotyle elongates, then the germination is known as epigeal germination. Now one more time we want to study in this topic, that is viviparous germination. In some plants like Rhizopora, the seed germination inside the fruit while it is still attached to the parent plant is taking place. That means before the fruit detached from the parent plant, the seed start to germinate. Go through this diagram, we can see that the germination of the seed is taking place before the fruits detached from the parent plant. Rhizopora plant is a very good example for plants that showing viviparous type of germination. And after completing viviparous germination, the last topic of this chapter is seedling. The germination in any plant ends with the formation of seedling. Seedling is a stage in which the growth of the plant from the seed before it has become wholly independent of the food stored in it. That means एक प्लांट अपना आप से खाना बनाने के टाइम होने के पहले, that condition is known as seedling. Just after the germination, the baby plant that coming out of the seed, that seed is known as seedling. The seedling later develop the roots and leaves and start to collect the materials like water and minerals from the soil through its roots, and by the help of their leaf they start to prepare the food by doing photosynthesis, and later this plant will grow, mature and continue as a normal plant to produce flower, seeds in its turn. These are the main topics related to this chapter seed. Please read the chapter properly, draw the diagrams of bean seed and maize grain, and also different types of germinations, and also go through the experiments related to germination. Prepare the notes according to the School Mitra homework given online. Do your work systematically and be ready for the exams. Thank you students. Have a nice day.